So I'm 53 years old, and I've survived a heart attack, 6 blocked arteries, and an emergency quadruple bypass that nobody saw coming. That is why I'm here. Hey everybody, I'm Jeff with Equipped and Ready. Today is Thanksgiving, my favorite holiday, and this year I feel like I have even more to be thankful for. In my first video, I talked a little bit about turning 53 and what it feels like to start over at this stage in life. Today, I want to go a little deeper because this isn't just a YouTube channel, this isn't a hobby, and this isn't some midlife crisis. This is why I'm still here. I've always known that I had bad genetics. Heart disease runs in my family, kind of like a freight train. At 42, I had my first heart attack. They put in a stent, told me I'd be fine, and for years I believed it. Fast forward to 2023. I'm having more chest pain, and I go into the ER for a visit because I know something's wrong, but I don't know how wrong. My LAD was 99% blocked. Yeah, the Widowmaker. They stent it, and I feel 100% better. Instantly. It was amazing. The doc warned me there were some other blockages, but I should be okay. Just pay attention and don't wait so long to get in if I have feelings like I did this time. Now it's 2025, 1 3/4 years later. I'd lost over 60 pounds, was eating right, exercising, doing everything that I was supposed to do. One day, I'm out blowing snow. Felt totally fine. Came inside, went on with my night. Then, hours later, right as I was getting ready for bed, I am hit with the worst chest pain of my life. Do I run to the ER? No, I took a nitro, felt better, took another, went to sleep. I've had chest pain before. This was different, but not in a you're doomed kind of way. The next morning, Monday, I called my cardiologist and I got an appointment to see him on Tuesday. Told them exactly what happened, no urgency, no concern, and they scheduled the heart cath 2 weeks out on a Friday. 2 weeks. They weren't worried. Why should I be? When the day finally came, the heart cath lasted around 10 minutes. Yep, just 10. The doctor looked at me and said, "You need to talk to a cardiothoracic surgeon." Still, I wasn't panicking. I honestly thought that they would just monitor me, adjust my meds, maybe another stent eventually. I mean, I'd lost weight, I was exercising, I thought I'd done everything right. Still, no urgency. I was given a choice: be admitted or do outpatient consultation. Unlike typical Jeff, I chose to be admitted. I just wanted to speed up the consult. After all, I had to be back to work on Monday. I figured it'd be quicker than waiting as an outpatient. I had my wife and daughter both in the medical field, and I knew that I better get this over with soon, because after all, I thought I was okay, and it would make them happy knowing that I was taking it serious. So I voluntarily get admitted Friday afternoon, and then Saturday came. And in my consult, they told me tomorrow morning, 6:30 a.m., you're having an emergency bypass. Not one artery, not two, 6. Well, you have 6. We'll weigh the situation when we're in there, but most of them were blocked 70 and some 95% or more. Some of these arteries weren't even on the radar from 2 years ago. That hits you hard because you realize this wasn't a scare. This was almost the end. And here's the truth: I wasn't equipped for this, not even close. There was so many things that I didn't prepare for and didn't prepare my wife for my family, for the people I'm responsible for. I'm the one who handles the bills, the accounts, the passwords, the stuff that keeps life running, and she didn't have any of it. And the second they said 6 blocked arteries, I knew there was a real chance that I wasn't waking up. And my first thought wasn't, am I going to die? It was, what happens to her if I don't come home? So I asked my wife to do something that she didn't want to do. I asked her to leave the hospital, to leave me, and make a 3-hour round trip back home to get my laptop. Every part of her wanted to stay right next to me, but I needed that laptop because I had things that I needed to fix before they took me into surgery the next morning. She begrudgingly retrieved it. I opened it up and I created a full password list, every login, every account, everything she would need if I didn't make it. Then I paid 2 months of bills right there from the hospital bed. Not because money mattered, but because I wanted her to have a little bit of breathing room before her world came crashing in. And while she was there in the room, not knowing what I was doing, I wrote a letter to her, about what she means to me, how much I love her, how sorry I was for putting her through this, for being so unhealthy for so long, for not realizing sooner how much she needed me to stay alive. She still hasn't seen that letter, and she won't. It's gone now. It was a memory I didn't want every time I opened my laptop. She didn't even know it existed until she watches this video. And then there was the hardest part. I didn't call my closest friend. I texted him because I didn't want her to hear me say it to him. I told him, I don't think I'm waking up from this. I need you in the waiting room to take care of my girls. If I'm not here to do it, no man ever wants to send that message. But once all of that was done, the passwords, the bills, the letter, the text, I finally felt something I hadn't felt all week. Ready. Not ready to die, but ready for whatever comes next. And somehow, with all that on my shoulders, I got the best rest that I had in days. Because even if I didn't make it, my family would be okay. That experience changed me completely. This channel isn't about going viral. It's not about pretending to be perfect. It's not about acting like I have it all together, because I absolutely don't. It's about rebuilding my life mentally, physically, financially. It's about being prepared, because I learned the hard way what happens when you're not. And if you're in your 40s, your 50s, or your 60s, and you're starting over too, then this channel is for you. So if this speaks to you, if any part of my story feels like your story, follow along. Let's rebuild the second half of life stronger than the first. Hit like, hit subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Happy Thanksgiving.